Hey guys, XJ9 here, and today's gonna be the patch 13.1 notes. I'm gonna be honest. I know it's really late. It's more of a maybe a retrospect type of thing. I just kind of want to do it for the sake of it, like just mostly for myself, just to know kind of what changed, especially with like little bugs and stuff. So yeah, I mean you probably already know what happened, but we're gonna go into this. I also probably won't go into too much detail. Probably. So physical damage of Jax. Jax got changed with a mid scope apparently. Uh, Q damage. The base is the same. All they did was they got rid of the AP ratio entirely. It was 60%, not 0%. Counter strike. It deals 5 more base damage per level, and now it deals 4% max HP on the target and 100% AP magic damage. It used to deal physical damage and scale off 50% bonus AD. And bonus damage per attack dodge was 20% of total damage. Now it's 20% of base damage. So, um, I'm not. Some people do some weird builds with like dashers. I'm not sure how good it is, but like it's interesting. The AP ratios are very high though. I'm not sure why, but I mean, I'm not sure if they're going with like, oh, Jax used to be a hybrid champion type of thing, but I thought they didn't like hybrid champions, so I don't know. Because the thing is, like, if Hybrid Jax was ever super good and it was like the meta build, they would just nerf it. So I don't know. Our Grandmaster's my cooldown was 80 seconds. That was 190 to 80 seconds. Third hit passive bonus magic damage was 100, 140, 180, 70% AP. Now it's 80, 120, 160, 60% AP. So quite a bit of a nerf on the damage, but Jax R passive now has an updated animation, sound effects, and visual effects. There's now a new active. Jack swings his lantern around him, dealing 150, 250, 350, plus 100% AP magic damage to nearby enemies. If he hits a champion, he gains 25, 45, 65, plus 40% bonus AD armor, plus 15, 20, 25% plus 10% total AD per champion hit. Um, as well as 60% of that value as magic resist for the next 8 seconds. During this time, the passive damage applies every second attack, except every third. That's crazy. Jesus. They update his icons, and Jax's secret passive fishing has been added to the game. I don't know what that means. But regardless, that active is freaking great. Yeah, these are just straight up ginormous buffs, FYI. Like, ginormous. Like, how big are they? Like, his leap strike is pretty much unchanged if you do a traditional build. Um, his counter strike is arguably better. Um, just because it's better for early game, and I think it's arguably just better as percentage damage. You can't go wrong. The only nerf really was the R having a cooldown longer at level ranks 1 and 2, and yeah, they nerfed they nerfed the third hit passive damage a bit, but I think overall it's a game. I wonder if he can counterplay it. I'm not sure on the animation of his R because if he misses his R, he just gets destroyed. Like he doesn't get any bonuses because he needs to hit it or he gets nothing. So wow, I wonder if there's a way to counterplay it or if it might be instant though. Aatrox got mega nerfed apparently. So percent magic maximum HP damage on his passive was 5 to 12 based on level. Now it's 4 to 10 based on level. That's a pretty significant nerf just because, well, first off, level 1 you do 1% less damage, and also it scales less per level because there's less of a gain. There's less of a gap. Like 5 to 12 is a 7% difference. 4 to 10 is a 6%. So he doesn't get as strong as he levels up as well as before. So yeah, that's pretty significant nerf to his core gameplay pattern. Um, Passive increased healing during World Ender was 25 to 45%. Now it's 20 to 36 on his E. World Ender bonus movement speed was 60 to 100. Now it's 50 to 80. Um, to be more precise, it was 60, 80, 100. Now it's 50, 65, 80. Pretty crazy nerf on his R. He got really nerfed in utility. Probably, I mean, I haven't even seen an Aatrox. I think people say he's just more balanced now, so he's probably just balanced in a balanced state. And that's never good enough for solo queue players or pro play. So, Mundo got nerfed. Base health was nerfed by 40 HP from 653 to 613. Armor growth was 4.2. Now it's 3.7. So well, armor growth isn't linear, by the way, so it matters more later on in the game. Kind of. Bonus attack damage was 2.5 to 4.5% of max HP. Now it's 2 to 4% of maximum HP. Yeah, overall his level. So first off, his base stats got nerfed. His Q is well, his HP is revolves around his whole kit with like getting back his little canister for HP. Not so much for I guess his cleaver and stuff. Although it's all flat values, I believe, not percentage like Zach. So I guess it does hurt his resource pool a bit. Oh, it also hurts his passive a lot because that's also a passive nerf because now he heals less because it's based on his HP. Armor growth is always a nerf and even nerfs the jungle. And yeah, even at level 2 in the jungle, for instance, he has 0.5 less ratio on his E, and you max your E second. So I'm not sure if EW is better, but yeah, you max your E second, so he actually suffers a bit on that clear as well. It's still very fast though, so he's still fine. I think it's understandable. If you're passive maximum health damage AD scaling, it was 4.5 per 100% bonus AD. Now no, right. It's not even bonus AD. It's just flat AD. Now it's 4% per 100% AD, 100 AD. Q lunge was 70 to 110 damage. All they did here was increase the ratio or decrease the ratio. My bad, by 5% all ranks. So it was 95 to 115. Now it's 90 to 110. Biggest nerf being her passive, obviously. So yeah, she benefited a lot from the HP everyone got because she just does more damage and she heals more. It's not just even about her just doing the same damage. She heals for more. Base Jace got ginormous buffs. Base attack damage was 54, now it's 57. Q hammer form was 55 to 280 damage, now it's 60 to 310 damage. W hammer form lightning field magic damage per second was 25 to 100, now it's 35 to 110. Pretty strong level 1 base damage on Jace's W. He maxes at second. But level 1's very strong. It's because it's per second. I'm not sure how long. I think it's 6 seconds, so I think he gets at least 30 damage, maybe even 60 damage from his W. And yeah, the hammer form, it's very. It probably just helps him clearing, just doing more bursts. So I don't know. I guess he needed it. I'm not sure. I don't like seeing Jace in my games though. Santi got nerfed. He still feels good, by the way. Base movement speed was 315, now it's 310, so now he's Vi tier. Base damage was 10 to 25 on his passive, now it's 5 to 20 based on level. Both are based on level. It still feels fine. W Pathmaker, this is probably the biggest nerf. His passive is a pretty big nerf, but his W also got pretty largely nerfed as well. I want to say this too. His passive also still has a 15 gap between it, so he still gets as strong as he levels up, unlike Aatrox. So it's just mostly just still level 1. Minimum physical damage on W was 4.25 to 5.25% of the target's HP, or maximum HP. Now it's 2 to 3% of the target's maximum HP. So just like Eing in, Wing in, and hitting someone, and then ulting, you're gonna deal if W is max, you do 2.25% less of their maximum HP. Maximum physical damage was 8.25 to 9.25 max HP. Now it's 7 to 8% of the target's maximum HP. It's mostly it's honestly still considerable nerf. So, very, I think, justifiable nerf. I think it's fine. Again, if I worked it right, I would look into things such as what were the nerfs or buffs we gave him before and stuff, things like that. Because I'm just curious of what the buffs were that we gave him before. I'm saying we because let's say I was there, but the buffs that he got, I just wonder did we take away anything? Probably doesn't take away buffs they give. So usually, Lysandra base health growth was 104, now it's 110. Again, it's not 6 per level, it's more backloaded. The front load is probably 1 more HP earlier on as you level up than 2. Q Ice Shard's slow was 16 to 28, now it's 20 to 36. That's a ginormous buff to the slow, FYI. Very big buff on her Q, and she maxes that too, or typically maxes it. Cooldown on W was 14 to 10, now it's 12 to 8. Really big buff. This champion is freaking crazy. I actually think Lysandra's already been crazy. She just got even more crazy. I think one of the problems is that Rod of Ages and Seraph's combo with Rise, Cass, Silas, and all these champions is just too broken. So once Rod of Ages is nerfed or whatever, or the champions that use them are nerfed, I think you'll definitely see more Lissandra. It's just why pick Lissandra when these scaling champions are so busted. Rammus got nerfed. Base attack damage was 56, and now it's 53. Base health was 634, now it's 614. W, flat armor was 40, now it's 25%. Armor was 60 to 100%, now it's 40 to 100%. So he still gets the same value late game. Flat resists granted by Rammus's W are now amplified by the percent resist that are granted by W. Well, I mean, it's not even that much of a gain. But yeah, they're like changing the formula and like how armor and like all this stuff that works, and like Rammus was like OP because of it, so they had to nerf him. Let's talk about the hotfix Rammus got though quick. So they over nerfed them actually. Base attack damage was increased from 53 to 55, so he actually got two out of the 380 back. Base health was 614, now it's 675. Base armor was 36, now it's 40. W flat armor was 25, now it's 35, so he pretty much has the same armor, just 5 less armor. Something bug with Orin's pass that no one cares. Something with Venomable Winter, like who cares? Like okay, well that was great. So yeah, they've over nerfed and then they literally just rebuffed, like they literally just rebuffed them, which is funny. I don't know why they did that because I'm gonna look ahead a little bit. Like, did they like nerf? Like, I don't know why they did that. It's just funny. They actually like reverted like everything, except like gave more health than like they gave him more HP, but took 180 and 5 armor, but then buffed everything. That's really weird. I don't know what the heck that was. Shakio Q deceive mana cost was 60, now it's 40. Backstab critical bonus strike damage was 30%, now it's 40%. 2 ship poison magic damage. The difference is just as 5% more bonus AD, and the active when they're below 30% of their maximum HP, the AD ratio is buffed by 7.5%. So I'm gonna be honest, the 80 that the 2 shift buff barely matters. It literally does that barely matters. That's like literally whatever. That's just kind of like we're just gonna put that there to feel better. Q just lets deceive mana cost though is really big. He can just be slippery and stay in lanes more and just really like he can like deceive from bush to bush if he wants to do some kind of long term gank maybe. The backstab critical bonus damage on a Q is also just added bonus, just added damage. Like I think it's like just an extra, I don't know, 10 damage at least. So yeah, uh, pretty big buff overall to both versions of Shaco. Base stats on Scion was 615 health, and now it's 655 HP. Q full damage when fully charged was 70 to 330. Now it's 90 to 350, so pretty big buff. I guess the help is clearing even more. I don't know. Not sure what to say there. Joseph, he got nerfed this patch, did he? No, he got buffed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I maxed the wrong thing here. My bad. Cooldown was 6 seconds at all ranks on his Q. Now it's 6 to 5 seconds. I maxed this second. I made a mistake in my game. Blue card magic damage was 40 to 120. All he did was add a 25% AP ratio to blue card, and red card got a 10% AP ratio. Yeah, I can't believe I maxed my W. I'm so sad. I'm gonna play Twisted Fate again. I just cannot believe I did not max my freaking Q. I'm so pissed off about that. I'm so pissed. Zaya, base attack speed ratio was 0.625. Now it's 0.658, so a bit of a buff. I think yeah, she'll definitely play. I think she's seen play in LPL. Yumi got nerfed. Damage was 50 to 250. Now it's 50 to 200 on her Q. And power damage was 660 to 310. Now it's 60 to 260. People are still playing her. She's Snowball is really bad in this game right now. It's hard to describe why, but like if there's a Yumi on enemy team, it's really bad because like they don't need to win lane. Like at a game where my team was just trading kills all day with like the top laner, and the top laner got so fed that all the Yumi had to do was just go on them, and all of a sudden the top laner is unkillable because they're like 6-0 with a Yumi on them, and it's like, yeah, well I guess we lost. And I try to tell my team not to fight, but like, bro, like I don't even know. They people just do not play against this champion correctly. I don't know. One team I know played against it correctly. I was happy about that. One game I was very happy. They were like, "We gotta do this to shut down the Yumi." I'm like, okay. Um, Zeri attack damage growth was 1.5. Now it's 1.3. Cube burst fire. Total base physical damage was 15 to 27. Now it's 15 to 23. I'm not sure if like the current pro play games are in this patch or the previous patch. I think it's the previous patch. No, I think so. So yeah, we see Zeri still in pro play right now because yeah, she's on nerf. Yeah. Exium arc lethality was 10. Now it's 18. I want to say something about this item. This item's very good now, but the thing is that like I described about the snowball, the one thing I'm finding in my games is like even if you're doing good personally, you're like 6-0, and like but like your whole let's say your whole team's doing bad, you kind of lost the game. Like if say you're betting Belvet and you build like Cracker Star Blade, it's very hard to win the game because it's like they just have one threat to kill, and like I don't know, it's so weird to describe. It's like I'm not sure, or maybe it was just me playing wrong, but I just feel like you have to build some kind of HP item first or second on champions. Like even Viego, I started building Divine Sunder because it's just like it's very hard to instantly burst someone now on these champions that are like designed to burst you. Like Belva is like literally like like just designed to kill you, but like she has a harder time just killing you and getting the reset. So it's like I don't know, but she's weird because she's not like Viego where she can take the items or anything. So I don't know. Like for instance on Vi, like I remember I was versing like some really life steal heavy teams, so I built like Chem Punk sword or whatever, and then I built I think the tanky radiant virtue item, and it's just like I don't know, maybe this item will be good probably when they buff Eclipse. Next patch they buff Eclipse. It might be a good item to buy, and depending on the situation, if you like some kind of heavy AD, it depends. This might be a good item second on buy. Maybe even first if you go Eclipse, but Eclipse is nice for tankiness. So maybe when they buff Eclipse, then you can go Exium Arc, and it'll be a pretty good build with double lethality items. So we'll see. It's a good item. It's just so situational on some champions. Like it's definitely a good Nocturne item. I think you like pretty much always get this item on Nocturne, honestly. Horizon Focus ability power is 85, now it's 100. Big buff to this item. This item's pretty good. Again, if you're champion, I think it's CC. I'm not sure about slows though. But yeah, if you have CC in your kit as a mage, it's a really good item. Um, I'm not sure how competitive it is with items like Shadow Flame and stuff though. I actually have no idea. One of the strongest parts about it is the fact that it reveals for 6 seconds. So, um, let's say you're Lysandra and you E in and then W and stuff. Like even if they're in a bush, they'll get revealed. It kind of just feels good. Reveal is one of the strongest things. Why they removed it from like challenging smite and ignite. It feels very good, but it's very strong when it's when you're trying to play around it. It's like because all of a sudden the bush mechanics don't work. Um, hmm. I'm not sure if it slows. It might be slows. If so, it's good on Vel'Koz too on a support, even AP carry. Hmm. It's very good Vex item for sure as well. Oh, I think it's a very good item on a lot of mages. I think his item's very good. The utility it gives is very strong. Uh, Jack show the protein cost was increased by 100. Dude, I swear I made this video, but like, did I make this? Like, I'm sorry, did I make this video? No, I didn't. I'm not joking. I don't know why. Like, I think when I look at this sometimes, like, it's just a deja vu moment. I apologize. It just feels like I made this video because I just remember like I read this already, so it just feels similar. Cost it was reduced by increased by 100. And it's because the PB stuff too on the Twitter and stuff. The Voidborn resilience stacking was 2 per second. Not it's still 2 per second now, but now it was 15% total resist at max stacks. Now it's 20% bonus resist at max stacks. Drain damage was 3% max HP. Now it's 80 plus 7% bonus health. And now Voidborn resilience drain damage will no longer affect minions and monsters. That's already like trim of that last part's like trimming of the you power of the item. The base damage is pretty much the same. Like it really is. It's even better even if you get like earlier. Like it's a stronger second item now. It's a weaker third item slightly, but not really because it got buffed in the resist. So it's still a very good item. I do not think this solved anything about the item. So yeah, that's my take on it. I'm Yeah, that's my take on it. Rod Ages got a billion changes. Health was 300, now it's 400. Eternity move speed proc requirement was 250 healing or mana restoration. Now it's only 200 healing or mana restoration. I'm not sure if it means like how does it count it together? Like, is it two separate things? I guess it is. Eternity bonus movement speed amount was 25%. Now it's 35%. Move speed duration was 2. Now it's 3 seconds. Move speed decay. Move speed gained from Eternity now decays more slowly. Passive Eternity. Note these passive changes will also apply to Catalyst of the Eons and Abyssal Mass. Percent of pre-mitigation seed restored as mana was 8%. Now it's 7%. Percent of mana cost spent restored as health was 20. Now it's 25%. Maximum health per cast slash second for toggle abilities was 15. Now it's 20. Quality of life updates and bug fixes. Uh, Eternity's movement speed proc now appears on the player's HUD. So I guess there's a little effect on the border, like, and stuff like, oh, I'm going in. Healing and mana restored when at full mana, health mana now course towards the Eternity move speed proc. Stat check. Fix the bug that caused Eternity's maximum health cap to not correctly increase at maximum stats. I'm sorry. Dude. This reminds me of why I quit old school RuneScape. I'm not saying I'm quitting League, but it reminds me of why I quit old school RuneScape. They make this freaking item, aka in old school RuneScape, there was an item called Blood Necklace, and it was the shittiest item in the world. It wasn't shitty. It was just super niche. It was just like okay healing, and it's just like you can only really use it for melee. It's like kind of min max as hell. It's good if you're like staying somewhere for a long time, right? And I remember I proposed that it should just stay as like, but it doesn't fucking matter. So never mind. So we're not gonna talk about that because I don't know what I'm talking about RuneScape. But pretty much what happened was they overbuffed the item, right? And it's just like, why do you make it from something that's niche to something that's absolutely broken? Because like they buffed everything about this. They could have literally just done, let's buff the health by 100. Let's do this, and like so let's lower the requirement, and then let's just um do it so that if you're full HP or mana, it will still count. Like instead, they're like, you know what, dude, let's go crazy. 10 more movement speed, 1 more second. Decays slowly. It doesn't say exactly how much it decays. It's like it just decays real slowly. They buff this stuff. The only thing they nerfed was percentage of pre-mitigation damage restored as mana. That's all they did, and then everything else was a buff. Like it literally didn't need this. You could have literally just removed this. It should have just been three things, and then the bug fixes. So, or yeah, I guess this, this, and then these two bug fixes. And instead, like, why do we even have this? It is stupid. I don't know. I don't know why. It actually is. I don't know what goes through these people's heads. I'm not trying to be offensive. I really don't. But like, I don't know. That's just crazy to me. Movement speed is one of the strongest stats in the game. Why do you think the jungle item, the blue pet, is like ever so increasing in win rate? Because people are playing around the pet more, going in bushes more, realizing that getting into good positions is very powerful. And sorry, food in my mouth. And sorry, I just don't understand that. That's crazy. Archangel staff. Total cost was 2,600. Now it's 3,000. Ability power was 60. Now it's 80. Ability haste was 0. Now it's 10. Passive all grants ability haste equal to 0.5 of bonus mana. Now it's grants AP equal to 1% of bonus mana. So now it's this big burst, and The ability haste isn't needed because, well, it got ability haste, but it costs more, so it just gives more damage. Uh, they removed some passive. Now there's a new lifeline passive on it. Upon taking damage, I will reduce your health below 30%. Gain a 250 plus 20% current mana shield, 90-second cooldown. That is nuts. That's nuts. Passive all. Grants ability haste equal to 1.3% bonus mana. Now it's grants AP equal to 2.5% bonus mana. Like, even this item looks this crazy. Like, I'm just either don't give it AP, do not make it only have 60 AP, or get rid of the ability haste, or remove something else. To me, this item is too powerful, ever so slightly, especially with the above change. Winter's approach reduced by 100 gold. Uh, health was increased by 50, and Fimble Winter same thing. Health increased by 50. Legend tenacity total tenacity was reduced from 30 to 20%. The flat value of 5% is still the same. You now only get 1.5% tenacity per stack instead of 2.5%. What this change does too is it makes it so um, if you ever have a secondary page that you would typically take the tenacity, it can be a good idea to take maybe the unflinching rune, even though it's nerfed, it's still pretty good. But the thing is that Triumph is so strong that why wouldn't you take it? That's another thing. Triumph hasn't been nerfed. Triumph hasn't been nerfed since the durability update, in which fights are longer, and when you get a kill, you're less likely to die now, and you get more HP, so you get more HP. They only need to nerf it from like 12. It's 12% if you're missing HP. They didn't make it like 10 or not 8%. I'm not sure why it's so strong. People would still take Triumph even if it was 8% of your HP. I don't know why it's so strong. It's way too strong. They need to nerf it by at least 2%. They never adjusted it. That's the and again, like I think I said this before, maybe I didn't, but they never adjusted like a lot of these little healing things. Like even Conquer, maybe we need to nerf Conquer with either. I honestly think they just need to nerf Conquer like either like I think maybe even just the AD it gives, um, because fights are longer now, so the Conquer value is increased because well you get to attack more, you'll live more, so I don't know. I think they even need to conquer. Or well, 80 and AP. Um, I don't care about ARM. New rank reward is while you climb. If you win, you blah blah. If you win, you get more points. Rank skin for split ones obtainable by all ranks. You need 80 points for gold and above, and 600 points for silver and below. In addition, once you earn the skin, it remains earned even if you were to demote. Um, the skin will be distributed after the end of the 2023 split one. I yeah, that's the thing. I kind of like that you don't lose the reward if you demote because it does disincentivize you from playing you know. The only consequence of this is if someone gets like, let's say they wanted the master skin, and then they just go and troll and tank their elo or something. But like, I don't know. I feel like if someone wanted to troll, they would just troll on another account, right? I don't know. But yeah, overall, I think it's correct to not make them lose their word if they got the rank. Maybe, I mean, I don't know, because you can because it's kind of like, well, you weren't that rating when the split ended, but at the same time, it's like, well, then no one's gonna play. Like they don't want to play because they don't want to lose the game. Like if the season was ending in 1 week and I had a choice of not to play the game, why would I play the game? Like I'm just not gonna play until the game ends. So I think that's kind of why. Um, that's a lot of games. A silver player needs to win 160 games. Holy shit, that's crazy. A bronze player. Promotion series have been reduced from a best of 5 to a best of 3. I think that's good. I think because I can't tell you how many times you win like let's say you're on an 8 game win streak, win 2 more games, and then you just lose the next 3, and then it's just like I'm a higher like yeah, because the division changes in the MR like it's pretty much dude who cares like if someone's MMR is freaking masters, stop gatekeeping them for masters. The restriction of doing in rank solo such duo with an MMR of masters or below is disabled until patch 13.3. Note that duo restrictions based on visible rank are still active, so a player who reaches master or above will not be able to duo. Yeah, because some people, yeah, the reason they do this is because um, since everyone got reset, these people after like 1 or 2 games or even right away, their MMR is already like in Masters territory, and they might only be like Diamond 4 or Plat 1, and so yeah, that's just to prevent that stuff from going on. But I don't like Duo anyway. Um, Visible rank is no longer used as a matchmaking criteria, only MMR. This is very good. It was also implemented like patch 12.23. I guess they're just reminding people because it's the new season, right? So that's understandable. They could have probably said it a little bit better though. Like as a reminder, visible rank is like just say as a reminder, and then that's it. And like as a reminder, visible rank is no longer used as matchmaking criteria, only MMR. This was done back in 12 patch 12.23, but we felt we should remind you for the start of the season, like you know, less robotic response, please. Maybe I don't know. I mean, it's still a human response, but I just think it could be better. Career stats have been reset for the new ranked season. Okay, refund tokens are being changed a lot later this year, where so instead of being able to refund after like 2 weeks or 4 weeks, and you can't refund anymore. If you use the skin, you can't refund it. But if you buy it, you can use it. But then like they're gonna go into detail what it means to use a skin. Like I hope you can play one game with it. If you can't play one game with it and then like refund it, like you should be able to play a one real game and be able to go in practice mode or something as much as you want with it, and then see if you. That's what they should do. If you can't even play one real game with it, that's a joke because you should be able to practice it in a real game and then decide. Maybe in 3 games. Who cares? Um, some mythics. Blah blah blah. I guess we'll go into this. You can now directly navigate between the rune recommender and the editing page from the same screen. Smite will no longer be recommended as a summer spell outside the jungle role for champions whose most popular role is jungle. Champion names are now shown in A-Round champion select. Updated champion swapping visuals for improved clarity. I've yet to, I don't pay attention. I have no idea what that even is. I've swapped. I don't even pay attention to the animation. I just get annoyed that like when everyone's locked in the game's like 30 seconds from starting, it's just like try out the new swap feature. Like what the hell are you talking about? I mean they're trying to make you use a champion swapping feature, I guess, but like that's the thing. They make a champion swap feature when people can just swap their roles now. So it's like, who cares? Like, no one's gonna say, "Oh, sorry, oh, it's not." Um, no one's gonna bother with that because you can just swap your role select now. Like, I want to be player 1 now instead of player 5. So no one's even gonna really use that. I don't think so. No one's gonna say pick me Cassandra. Will say, "Hey, let me pick first." So I don't think anyone even swaps champions anymore. I don't think they do. Um, I don't think they do. Like the only way you would is if someone mistakenly picks something and then they're like, "Oh shit, pick this for me, please. Can you make do with this?" Position preferences for draft modes, primary plus secondary choice, are preserved between sessions and across queues. So if I log out and log back in, it'll be the same. If so, that's good. I was it. I thought it was already across queues. Maybe it wasn't, but this is good. Um, Fix a bug that causes your Sundus to be difficult to attack and sometimes appear as invisible to the enemy team when appearing over turret, rubble, and ARAM. Fix a bug that causes start. Dude, I don't care, dude. Fix the bug that caused. Fixed a bug that caused part of Kesanti's are all out animation to not play when cast into Vi's are. Um, fix a bug that caused a fixed a bug that causes fixed a bug that caused Fixed. Wait, fixed a bug that caused a. Is that correct to say, or is it caused? Yeah, it's caused. Some guy was being. They even said this. Like, or maybe I'm not good at English, but fixed a bug that caused this. Yeah, like someone was lazy and put it. I swear, unless I'm stupid in English, but like I swear there's supposed to be a D there, right? But yeah, there was some weird bug with Karthus. Vigo animations with Home Guard was bugged. Mundo's E was doing more damage to monsters than intended. Lol. um, Braum used to not get credit with his W. Stand behind me. Um, W on Braum was not playing visual effects or voiceover or visual effects, or maybe it's voice. I'm not sure. Visual voice. They're the same freaking letter. Um, fixed a bug that was causing Amuma's E change from death recap to not correctly display how much of the ability's cooldown was reduced by damage taken. Um, what? Death recap? Who even looks at that? Um, fixed a bug that caused Unsealed Spellbook Smite to deal 0 damage initially when swapped initially. Fixed the bug that caused Mordekaiser's passive Darkness Rise to proc on small jungle monsters with abilities. They've been trying to fix that bug for like they keep on putting in patch notes. We fix it, they never do, but they finally did fix it. Lol. Um. Oh. Fixed the bug that caused a debug text to appear in Lee Sin and Leon's ability bar and death recaps. Um. Fixed the bug that caused Echo's W to sometimes stun enemies even if they were not inside the area effect. Lol. Um, fixed the bug that allowed Calista to attack two champions at once with Gunsu's Rage Blade. Fixed the bug where Syndra could use her W, force the will to grab and throw minions that were being teleported to. Nice. That's gameplay. Fixed the bug that caused Kassadin's W. Uh, can you grab it and then TP yourself? That'd be funny. Fixed the bug that caused Kassadin's W Netherblade to look like it's on cooldown. Its cooldown was being refunded if E Force Pulse was also on cooldown, despite the cooldown not actually being reduced. That's all on cooldown, bro. Um, dude, that's like what the fuck? Cooldown not actually being reduced. Oh, whatever. No, I'm not even bothering. Fix the bug that caused Caston's E Force Pulse sound effects to not play when it was ready to cast. Interesting. I didn't even know there was a sound effect. What kind of? Fix the bug that caused jungle monsters to continuously reset aggro if attacking two overlapping Heimerdinger turrets. Fix the bug that caused Iceberg Gauntlet and Balmy Cinder immediately effects to display two separate buff effects. Fix the bug that caused the identity customizer drop down functions to not filter consistently. Fix the bug that sometimes caused Amplifying Tome to show up in the shop as purchased in the Zania's Hourglass build path and yet a broken stopwatch in your possession. Fix the bug that caused Vex's passive icon to not display on her buff bar, and yeah, that's pretty much it. As a reminder, Iceborne Gauntlet's a really good item because it reduces damage for that Champion's deal, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, there's nothing else to say because it's already been happening. So yeah, bye.